What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Back at you with another one. So today, I want to talk about this whole Kobe Bryant situation, right? Now, he had a lot to say about this whole T-Mac feeling like he could have stepped in and won 3 rings if he would have played with Shaq instead of Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And that's saying a lot if you really watched it. You know what I mean? Like, Kobe did a lot. Like, that was a real, like, duo for real. Like, by the definition of the word, that was a duo. Don't get caught up in all the sidekick nonsense. No, when you really sat there and watched it, if them two dudes didn't give you 60 a night between the two of them, it wasn't nothing up. It wasn't nothing. Now, sometime that 60 might have been Shaq in the high 30s, Kobe in the 20s, vice versa, whatever they had to do. But you can put 60 up there in the era where they was averaging 90 something. You know what I'm saying? Them two giving you 60. So that was saying a lot. But I'm going to let y'all hear Kwame because he had a lot to say. Kwame had a lot to say. So I'm going to let y'all hear what Kwame had to say, and I'm going to be right back.
You ain't never played for that, and that's why you ain't never win. You want to sit up here and snicker and kicker about somebody else like you was somebody great. You was a goddamn naturally God-given talent that didn't work, you punk. And when Kobe got around you, he zapped your energy. He even said it. You were one of the most offensively gifted players he'd ever played against. He even said you gave him problems in one-on-one. But guess what he said about you? Even he said you were lazy. You would get hurt in workouts. Nobody even touching your soft self. You getting hurt and cramping up and passing out in workouts. But you want to compare yourself to Kobe now that he dead. Why you ain't compare yourself to Kobe while he was alive so he could talk about some of them workouts y'all had where he'll make you quit? Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about when you and Bean used to work out together? You want to call him your brother. That Bean would make you quit, would make you say uncle. And now you want to compare yourself to him now that he can't defend himself. You little crybaby. You want to rewrite history. Well, if I was... Now imagine Kwame Brown saying that. Well, if I was to trade places with Kenya and went to play with Jason Kidd, where I could use my athleticism and just run and jump and dunk and then post up, I would, and not play with Gilbert Arenas, I would have been in a better position. Not play with Michael Jordan. You think I wouldn't have won? You don't get to do that, you crybaby. You not like that. You not in that status. Were you a hell of a player? Yes. Could somebody chuck you in the back and rattle you? Yes. Could they get physical with you and you quit? Yes. You had team after team and chance after chance, and you never stepped up to the plate. So it don't matter if you would have had Shaq. Shaq would have got hurt in the final, you would have got hurt right behind him. Tell the truth. Soon as Shaq would have got hurt in that finals that Kobe took over, you would have got hurt right behind him. Soon as it was your shining moment, the nigga would have tapped you on the back and you would have fell out like you was dead. They would have had to come get you with a stretcher. You'd have been laying face down on your stomach. You want to sit up here and talk about somebody now you dead, now that they passed away and they deceased. You niggas want to talk. You supposed to be Tracy McGrady. You've never seen a superstar talk like this about another player other than a soft, eye-heat tuna, jello belly guy like Tracy McGrady. The NBA is a fraternity. You never seen guys get up here and joke and play about another man's. You know how they say don't kick somebody while they down? They was calling me bust all over the world. So in y'all opinion, in y'all eyes, I was down. When have you ever seen a superstar player in the league talk about a player like this punk? You don't see Kobe doing that. When Kobe spoke about me, he didn't talk like this. This is a punk that ain't never been around me, and if he had been around me, I guarantee he wouldn't have said no shit like this. Because he would have went up. This lazy-ass soft punk.
Okay, so y'all heard that right. Kwame went off Right, like he ain't going for it. Like I gave T-Mac a little more grace. Kwame like, you ain't one of them. You know what I mean? And I think like when you really listen to like the meat and potatoes of what he was saying, to me, I look at it like it's about like the mental aspect of the game, right? Like T-Mac was there from a skill standpoint, but what set Kobe over the top was the mental. You know what I mean? That's why for me personally, like I can't goat you if you don't have that. Like I can't goat conversation you if you don't have that mental part. Like if you ain't got that crazy mental part that Jordan had, ain't no GOAT conversation for you. That's just my personal how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So what Kwame pretty much was saying, like, T-Mac, you was talented. You were naturally offensively talented, but you lacked that mental toughness that Kobe had that really set them over the top. You know what I'm saying? Because what made the Lakers so great was you had two of those. Because Shaq was that too. Right? It was two of them. That's why they clashed. Because wouldn't nobody defer. Wouldn't nobody be like, I'm the little homie. That was their problem. It was two alphas. And they just, you know what I'm saying? But on that court, listen. You can say whatever you want to say about them, not like whatever it was as far as personal. But on that basketball court, oh, you would have thought they was the best of friends. You would have thought they was the best of friends. The chemistry and the symmetry they played with, you would have thought they was the best of friends. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Kwame went off. You know what I mean? And I just feel like what people don't really be understanding is like, dudes who played in that era and seen Kobe, like I seen it with my eyes. Like I'm not looking at stats and advanced stats to get my judgment of how good Kobe was. Like I actually watched this man play basketball. You gotta really watch your mouth when you speak on Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta watch your fucking mouth. Because he was one of those, like it was Jordan and it was him. Like that's it. That's the conversation. Jordan, him. That's how they feel. So you gotta be real careful, B. You gotta be real careful when you try to put yourself up there with him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. You gotta tread light, because there's some people that's not gonna just let that slide. You feel me? So that's my take on it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all on the next one. Peace.